afternoon, morning, whatever time of day it is for you. Hi, I'm Heather. If you haven't figured that out already, your co-host for the Scrapbooking Find Summit with Tracy. She's on this side of me today.
I know.
Tracy, it's because you came in first, or I came in first. Tracy, our other co-host. So first of all, this is our wrap up. So we want to come in and do a bunch of thank yous, and thank you guys who are putting in the comments and showing up, who've been coming and playing with us and listening to us live. We have been all over the place with our lives this week in a really fun way. So we've had great conversations, and we want to thank you and thank everyone.
Yes. From the bottom of our hearts, we really, really, really mean it too.
Yes. And Tracy just went, we did it again. So there's an element when you do these things of like rush. And then it's like, oh, we did it. We did it again. And we did it because of all of our amazing speakers. And we'll go through the comments in a minute. But first, thank you to our sponsors. So we have 3 sponsors, and Tracy knows much more about them than I do. So she's going to talk about which ones they are. So our first sponsor, who has been here since day one, has been Creative Fabrica. And Creative Fabrica has been really supportive and helping us and giving us some great bonuses and things like that. But I don't really know how to explain them. So,
well, thank you for putting me on the spot, but I'm just kidding. So basically, they have a ton, like thousands of SVG. Yeah, I know they say millions. To me, that's a big word. I wonder if they count every letter sometimes. They do say millions of SVG fonts and photos. I'm going to say pictures and whatnot. Everything you can imagine, basically, to download for your machines, they have it. Okay.
They also have their own design space now, which I haven't talked about in other calls, but they have something called Studio, because I don't want to displace the Cricut or the other people. So I played with it a little bit. They just came out with it. And if anybody online on here has played with Studio, I played with it a little bit. We had an opportunity, I think it was early February. I was having surgery, so we were going to post a video, but we never did, about it. So they have their own kind of version of Studio. It works with their own fonts. I don't know how it works with your account, but it really is intended to be able to take their stuff and build it in their own component of Studio. And I'll kind of go see if anybody's played with it. I've played with it and made the pop-up card. So there you go. Yeah, so they have this Studio thing that you can use. So that's kind of cool too. And they've been great. They've been really great. They really, in a good way, have an attention to details, which is great. And they want to, are you still there, Tracy?
I think I am.
You look like you froze. And I'm like, sorry, we're a little tired. We look like we froze. There you go. Our second day sponsor. So Creative Fabrica sponsored day one. Our second day sponsor was Justine Hovey. And Justine did a great video on how to organize. And I know that's one of her passions. And she runs 2 other summits, which I don't remember what they are. One is how you do things with less than 5 things. Remember that? And Tracy's like, I don't remember.
Yeah, I have a horrible memory, ladies, but I know she does one.
For organization.
Organizing. Yeah,
all your. One is organization, was the other. We will have details on those when they come out. And she was very generous to sponsor and did a great video on organizing your supplies and categorizing them, whether you use something like Airtable or something else. Just having your organization and keeping a record of them is really important. So there's great. And our third sponsor, who sponsored generally, was
Whimsy Stamps.
And I will let Tracy go over that one.
Oh, I just think they have really funny and cute stamps that, I mean, trust me, you'll go on their site, you'll look up a couple of their stamps and you'll be laughing, going, oh my God, who can I give this one to? Okay, so they just have great, like I said, mostly stamps and dies, and then some 6x6 pads, and it's fun and it's different. So you know what? Just go there for a laugh. Pretend it's a comedy show for a while, right? Spend a half an hour on it, and then see if you want to see the next episode. There you go. That was just fresh out of the mind. Scary, eh?
And if you're a VIP, there is a coupon from them. If you're a VIP, Creative Fabrica gave some extra fonts packages as well. I can't remember the 2 of them. There's some in there. So make sure you claim those. There is from Justine.
I'm going to look.
We have to look. We can't remember them all off by heart. But definitely Whimsy Stamps, there was a coupon for their store. So make sure you use them if you're a VIP. If you're not a VIP, check it out. You have until tomorrow to get the VIP at the summit prices. If you're just going to buy something, these discount coupons make it worthwhile. So thank you. I love this from Ruth. Thank you, Ruth. We are the ones who got her into the summit game. So thank you for putting on the summit for the 3rd time. It was fun. I've been looking forward to this. So Was the first summit was in June last year. That was our first summit.
So does that mean we're we're guilty of her addiction?
Well, we probably fed her addiction.
Okay.
But thank you guys for lining up and joining the summit and coming on these lives with us, because we do them differently than other summits. And that's really important to us, that it's a conversation. It's fun. It's bringing people in so that you get to know people. This summit started for me. I do summits and stuff in the business space. And Tracy and I met networking. And at the time, Tracy was doing scrapbooking and still does printers for businesses and things like that. And I just kind of approached her one day and said, Tracy, I have this idea. Would you like? I brought her over for lunch. I invited her over for lunch. And then it took us a while to convince Tracy that she wanted to do this, because technology is not her favorite thing, and finding the time in her schedule. And then Tracy's been the one who's found all these amazing speakers, which is why we make a really good team. Extrovert, introvert, scrapbooker, techie. It works really well. So
it does, actually. That's one thing. We don't argue over who's going to do this part. It's like, no, that's yours. And you do that, and okay, I'll do this. And it's just, we flow works well. Really well.
We actually don't argue. We sometimes don't hear each other well. Both of us guilty of that.
What?
What'd you say? And sometimes we get tired, but we don't argue. So thank you guys for attending that and for doing that. So we really want to thank our sponsors. If any of them are on here watching the replay, they really help us to get the stuff together, to do the websites. We moved our website over. The 2 glitches that we had in our website fixed now. They shouldn't happen again, I was told this morning. And that's just technology. So you guys were so enthusiastic this morning, and on Friday morning, you took a site down, which can happen. But they have reorganized and optimized it. So I was told it won't happen again. We will see next year. Next year, in the fall. I had a wonderful time. Thank you. If it's ending, I hope, if you want, and if you're thinking about it, check out the circle. So if you are a VIP or if you're not a VIP, what Tracy and I created is the Scrapbooking Fun Circle. And the Scrapbooking Fun Circle is really an intention to play. I think that's the essence of what we did. What we heard from the first summit, is I've got all these supplies, but I never use them, or I'm intimidated to use something, or whatever. So I would think, and Tracy can agree or disagree with me on this one, or add to it, 2 guiding principles for the circle for us is, number 1, you use what you already have. And number 2 is you have some fun and you get to play with it and do something and just be creative. And the other one is to get to know women all over the world, or people all over the world.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's what I find, that in this case, it's mostly women. And trust me, men, if you're out there and you want to join in, you're more than welcome. But we need that little bit of community amongst us. I find we chat, or you know what, you can just sit there and you can listen and you can work on your own project. Every now and then, like us introverts, we throw out a little comment and then we go back to do whatever we're doing, right? It just depends. And it's fun. It's amazing how we've got to know each other and share things and, love to craft together. Really.
And really support each other. And we only launched it in December. We soft launched it in December. So, and we've doubled from all the VIPs who were trying out the first month. We're really excited to have you there. If you're not a VIP, if you're a VIP, you can try out try it out for free for the first month, and then it will be 20% off as long as you stay in it. If you're not a VIP, you can join us right away at 15% off. And so that lasts the lifetime, or you can buy the VIP and take advantage of the VIP and all the other wonderful things that are in the VIP pass. Dawn, I don't know how you found us, but I'm really glad that you did. So truly appreciate that. The second people we would like to speak, and I haven't scrolled down to know if any are here yet because I'm trying to catch all the comments, is our speakers.
Yes.
So first of all, I think we all need to give Tracy, my lovely partner, an applause for finding all these amazing speakers, because she really works hard at it. She sends out hundreds of emails and then she sends them back out to nag at them. She spends time trying people that you don't know that aren't on the summit circuit. We always have speakers that have never done summits before. And that's because of Tracy. So yay, Tracy. I appreciate it. It really does make a difference. It's what makes us successful.
And after the last couple summits, we did surveys. After this summit, you will receive a survey, and on them is one of who would you like to see to speak in that. And trust me, I will look over every one of those names and just see. And, if they fit and they can do it, and who knows, right? We just never know. So I do pay attention to to your replies. We do.
Yeah. And let us, and
So,
you will get a survey
yeah.
going out tomorrow. Let us know who you want back. I'm sure you want everyone back, but you might want someone back from who we had. There's some people
In the
we had
past.
in the first summit who have been unable to do the last two summits. It's not that they don't want to.
Yeah.
Life has happened. They've been unable to do it. Same with people from the last summit. But if we can tell them, I want them back, then we can really work with that. So if there's someone that you've seen for here, let us know. It's great to do that, and we really appreciate it. And our speakers are awesome. And I'm just catching up on the comments. So really enjoyed. This is from Julie. We've really enjoyed you being here. You've been great on the live. So thank you. All the presentations. We'll be using my VIP pass to go back and watch a few. Thank you all for your time and effort. Yeah, definitely. If you have the VIP pass, one of the benefits is you get to go back and watch them. And you have the VIP pass rewatch for at least a year. And we say at least a year. A lot of summits say lifetime, but I don't really understand what lifetime is. Is it lifetime of me, of Tracy, of the presentations? I much prefer to give you a promise of a year. If you have the VIP pass from June 2023, they're not going away. We're not taking them down. They're still there. So you can still access them. We don't have an intention to take them down. So you don't have to go rush and do them. They're there. Similar to the VIP pass from November. Yeah, so they're all there. No, but if you do have it, you have the time to watch them. Now, the freebies, there's a couple things on the VIP pass and the non-VIP pass. If you want any of the freebies that people have, you can still go to Meet the Speaker page and you can download the freebies that they have. There is no guarantee for the VIPs. There's a list of them in your member area, but there's no guarantee the freebies will be available after the summit. They may or may not be, but that is up to them to decide if they want to continue them. The bonuses, Tracy, we're going to put an email tomorrow that tells you which bonuses expire when, so that you know when to claim your bonuses if you're a VIP, because you can't come back to us and say, we missed that one. The speakers are being extremely generous with their bonuses. So just remember that. And I'm scrolling down, so I'm really catching up if comments if they're there.
Okay.
Good evening from Florence, Kentucky. Good chili. So glad I purchased the VIP. Life happens, and I'll be watching the presentations this week rather than the religion air. Great investment. Thank you. And we love you, Shelley. Shelley's one of our members of our circle, and she is a bright light and has done one of our presentations. So there's an opportunity if you come to our circle, and if you want to teach and dabble at it and try something like this, we'd love to have our members.
Here we go, Heather. Because I started it earlier on in the circle with Shelley. So Shelley, are you ready to teach to more people? Sorry,
Yeah.
just had to.
You can say, yes, Shelley, we'd love you.
Yeah.
So Creative Fabrica is the best, and they have over 15 million. She played with the shop. Hello, we're getting there. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you for sponsors and instructions. I'm reading them. It's easier to read them up here. Thank you both for putting the summit together. All the speakers were awesome. So glad I brought the VIP when I signed up. Looking forward to the next one. Yes, I don't think we haven't talked dates for the next one. We will put them out as soon as possible. I know Tracy's waiting for one more thing before she does it. So we're just waiting. But the date, it'll be in October or November, our next summit.
And you will hear about it soon enough. You will.
Yes, we will put it out in an email, and it will be October, November. Hopefully not over the weekend. The time changes, but we will do it. We did it last time. We'll do it again. We launched our summit on the day after Halloween last time, so it's all good.
I looked at it, Heather, by the way. It probably won't be that weekend because I have an event to go to.
Well, there you go. So it won't be that weekend. Hello, Virgin. Job's done. Watching everything and enjoyed it all. I'm glad. Some of the projects you've put in, and if you're still doing projects, post them in the Facebook group if you are a member. The speakers and instructors love to see what you do. It really is such a reward. It shows that people are doing what they've presented, that people are understanding what they do. So it really is part of the reward for them doing this is to see what you've created.
It's flattering. So,
Yes, Adelaide, you still can't get the fun card. There are issues with technology. Technology is hard. I'm just going to put it that way. Technology is a lot harder than you think. So Alana has an issue that she doesn't understand where the code works for her. It works on certain browsers, but it's not working for anyone else. It's a Sunday. Alana has to reach out to her tech team, and her tech team has to figure out the system that operates her shopping cart. That's where the issue is. It's not her issue. It's not something she can fix. If she could fix it, I guarantee it would be working because she's trying really hard. So it's her shopping cart that isn't working. As soon as we have it available, we will post it in the group, in the Facebook group, and we'll let you know. It's just, this is not something, it works if you have Safari sometimes. It's working for some people and not for other people. And I will tell you, as a software engineer, those are the hardest problems to figure out. When something doesn't work, it's easy. But when it's sporadic and it's working for some and not, it can be really difficult to figure out. It's not a case of her going creating another coupon. It's a tough thing to figure out, and she's working on it. So please be patient. And Alicia, who had problems with hers, if you want her printables, just give her, she was up at 3:00 in the morning answering your guys' responses, trying to get them out. She has been so dedicated to this, and she's a beautiful artist, but she's not a techie, right? And so I strive to help our speakers set things up so they work. But they're artists, not technologists, and technology can be hard. So please give them some patience. Alicia will have it. Her coupon does not expire. So once it's working, you can use it. It's not going to go away. She's promised that. We're going to post it in the group. And some people had problems with the Nets, and Nets was her email system. So these are all out of their control and out of our control. So please have a little bit of patience, and it'll be working as soon as it can. So there's my little spiel of defending them, because their hearts are in getting you what they put out there, and it's just not that easy. I had so much fun in all the lives and the virtual crops. Thank you. It's been fun to have you guys here. I've learned a lot of new things that I didn't know how to do in the design space. Excellent. Good. Every summit, no matter who sponsors it, I learn. Exactly.
Good.
I joined the circle last night. Excellent, Sandy. We're excited to have you as a circle. Oh, and more options to purchase material that I didn't know. Oh, you've got more options to purchase material that you didn't know about. Yeah, that's kind of the addiction of this. I don't know what's going to come here. I began scrapbooking back when I was in high school after family trauma. After 11 years ago, I stopped. I did not have a passion for it anymore. The summit has been amazing and reignited the spark. Yay! Good. We're glad we did. It's a great community of people, and reigniting. I don't scrapbook or card make yet, but I do lots of other art.
Excuse me. She said yet. We all heard that. Go ahead, Heather. Go.
Cricut machine might be something I could play with. I do a lot of art, and I stopped. And when I had carpal tunnel. So I do color pencil drawing, and I'm playing with watercolor, and I had carpal tunnel. So I had to stop the color pencil drawing. And so just getting back into it after you stop is sometimes really hard. Mm-hmm. And so what happens when I'm in the circle is I draw. Some of them are pretty awful, and some of them are pretty good. So one day we'll have to tell Tracy's stories with her. That's one of mine that I did during the circle, which was just fun. That was just fun. But the one I did for Tracy, I can't find, was that one just for fun. And Tracy has a thing with frogs. So one day I'll have to frame my frog. He's not my best frog, but he's cute. So you don't have to do scrapbooking or card making. You can do coloring. Or I've knitted in the circle as well. So different crafts. So thank you. I'm so glad that we re-inspired that for you, Michelle.
Keep going, Michelle.
So glad I had a VIP, had a crazy busy weekend and missed out on my crafting. So yes, you got lots of opportunity to come back and do that. I am home alone for 8 days, and this summit saved me from getting lonely. Aw, that's awesome. Thank you all for having hugs. Katrina from Germany. Katerina, sorry, I can say that properly. Katerina from Germany. And you were up at like 2:00 in the morning with us. So dedicated crafter that you were, and we really appreciated that. And we have Alana. Hi, Florence. Oh, she's saying hi. She's in our Facebook, in our circle as well.
Yes.
Sure. Thinking of topics. So there you go. I'm catching up. Shelley said, sure, thinking of topics. So there you go. She's good. Hi, everybody from Colorado. Great summit. Had the VIP and we were watching the videos again and making the projects. Haven't been able to make anything since we're getting ready to move. Oh, yeah. So that's a lot. Moving's a lot. So this is an interesting one. So October, please consider dates for Jewish high holiday dates. We will look at that. We try our best to manage other holidays and it'd probably be close to the end of October, early or end or second week in November. We don't want to get too close to the crazy season of the end of the year, but definitely we'll consider those. So thank you for that suggestion. We do our best. It's hard to hit everybody's and find that sweet spot. I was wondering how to add a free month to the VIP group because I do not know what email I signed up with. So Alana, we can talk, but you actually have a better discount.
Yeah.
So you get a much better price than if you signed up in the winter. So we can check it. But the free month, because you already signed up, you actually have a much better price, and you signed up for a year. So you're, as far as I remember, you're on the yearly option, which we didn't offer at all this time because that's the best discount we've ever offered. And we didn't offer it again. But we'll check 100%.
I just wrote your name down, Elaine, and we'll get back to you as well.
Yes. But when we launched it at a much heavier discount, like 40-50% off. So that discount's not available anymore. And I think you got advantage of that one. I will be working on projects over the next few days. I spent my time watching the videos over the past day in case I had questions before the summit was over. That's great too. I'm not in Facebook, so how will I know? We will do our best to let you know. You can just drop an email to Tracy, and she'll keep a track of that one if you're not in Facebook. She's talking about Alana's.
Yeah, just please respond to one of the emails that you've been getting with like what time the classes were starting and that. Just that way, I have a couple lists on the go. Yeah.
Excellent. The presentations were wonderful and answering my concerns with freebies and bonuses. My issue was immediately resolved. Thank you. You're welcome. We try our best. Sometimes we can do them. Sometimes we can't. We appreciate everyone's presentation. Join the circle. Great, Nikki. Thank you. Yet. Super cute. Nice pictures. I love them, Heather. Okay, we're catching up. Here we go. I wasn't a crafter until someone showed me the wicked thing called a cricket. That rhymes too. I've been obsessed ever since. Yes, I can see, and maybe that's why I don't want to touch one. I might get obsessed. Tracy, I love frogs and have many. Kindred spirit.
Yeah. Sorry, I love them too, but they're dangerous to me.
You have to come in the circle because she shares her story. But Tracy and frogs ended up with a long hospital stay and other things.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Just because I wanted to take a picture of the cute frog. Boom. Down on the ground I was and
surgery
broken this
and a whole bunch of.
No, there you go. So anyways, keep going.
Scratches and all that fun. Yeah. My husband complains about me being on the computer all day. Lots of laughs. Oh, well. We're getting there. Fabulous summit. I saw them all and now so inspired to scrapbook again. I love that.
Good.
And struggled for many years. I learned so many things about how to use some of the products that were gifted to me years ago. That's awesome.
Excellent.
And that's really what counts about it is doing that. Oh, there's Debbie J. So say thank you to Debbie J, who's here now. I can't tell who's all here. So yeah, we really want to. I'm wondering what else was on our list to cover, Tracy. Like, you wrote it down.
We did
you write things down, and I go by the fly.
Well, we did. We actually covered quite a bit. Unless you want to chat a bit longer, because I'm curious to know what was your favorite project, or like what did you learn from this?
I was going to ask a very similar question. We do think in the approach. So what was your favorite one that you saw, or the top three? We don't want you to pinpoint one. And what was the one thing that you really learned and took away? For those who are here with us live, who you can think. If you're doing the replay, by the way, #replay, we will do our best to circle back and see your comments. See what comes up. There's always a delay.
I know. We'll do this is the drum roll.
And for those, like we still have a wrap up the survey. We didn't finish with the survey. We will be putting out a survey. There'll be one survey for the non-VIPs and one survey for the VIPs. Excuse me, and ask who you liked, who would you like back, what type of techniques and things would you want Tracy to find? Is there somebody that you've just, is there an emerging artist that you would love to have, or is there somebody or something that you would like to have? You've noticed that there is a mix of designers, product creators, crafters. So really it's a mix. So if there's something that you want, we'll do our best to bring them in. So let us know what you would want to do. And yes, and the other thing that we really strive for is to have people show stuff that could be done either on cards or scrapbooking or multimedia. Or if you caught Sean's thing, we were making diaper cakes.
Oh, the diaper cake.
We're making diaper cakes today. So overlay scrapbooking page and all the circuit tips. So there you go. I loved all the scrapbooking with the Cricut. That was why I bought a Cricut, but have had difficulty getting started. So excellent. You know, it seems to be, it's a tool that people either love or don't love, and that's okay. You don't have to have a Cricut. Sharon Smith, who may or may not be here with the emboss, Shara Edwards with the layouts, and Bindu with the foil fun.
Okay.
Shannon Smith loves foil too. So there's another person. If you want to play with foil, Shannon loves foil as well.
That's excellent.
So let us know any other ones. It takes time for people to type and think of these things. Which were your favorites? Is there something that you like, a technique that you would love us to find? So you're welcome to type that in as well. The survey for the VIPs is very similar. And also speakers, whoever's here as a speaker, you get a survey too. So it really does help us. And if you want to do a testimonial, it's in there as well. So you can add a testimonial in the survey that we can use on our website. That's always really helpful for us. So there's an opportunity if you want to put a testimonial at the end of each survey. That helps us by promoting it to more people. So it's a big one. It's easier to read the big ones big. I enjoyed watching everything. There was a good various of topics and techniques. One thing I would appreciate is a few intermediate or advanced topics. Also keeping people coming back. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a fair one to say. And I think the challenge sometimes is what is intermediate and advanced, but that's Tracy's expertise.
That's true too, but yes. Okay.
Love that I can take scrapbooking ideas in my cards. Alicia's printables are beautiful. I love her stuff and work great with cards. Yes, her stuff is beautiful. And her cards, the people who did cards from hers, because she was on the first day, are gorgeous. Like they really are gorgeous. And the whole concept of printables is really popular. I like to see foiling in the Better Press. So definitely. We have Better Press people. There was 2 people using Better Press.
There's, a couple Better Presses. There was a couple foilings, but I know they're popular. So
yeah. Papercraft Secrets, which is Alicia. Creative Fabrica, yes. And Lisa Horton. We love Lisa Horton. So if you're in the VIP, Lisa Horton did a special iridescent. No, see, I can't do it. Interference. I got it. Interference inks. I think I remember them. Lisa Horton has done it's only available for us. So it's not like it's public. If you are in the VIPs, if you go into your VIP bonuses, there is a specific one that Lisa did on her interference inks that is exclusively done for us. My 2 favorites were Papercraft Printables and
is it Photo Lover? That's what it looks like. Photo. Hang on, I'm trying to think what we had. Is it
we all make typos, so don't worry about it.
Oh my goodness, I'm thinking of the silhouette one. That's what I'm wondering if it is, but
it may be.
So I'm not sure.
I love seeing the presentations, personalities, and see how they create and solve problems. I am away from home and looking forward to playing with some of the projects with my spin. Yes, absolutely. And that's part of it, is playing it with your own spin and doing that.
Yes.
I love the idea of the summit that cards can be used on scrapbooking pages too. Exactly. They can be used both ways. They're pieces of art, and I think that's the important thing. I would love to see a beginner talk for those of us that don't have or know much about die cutting.
Cricut and stamping. Okay.
Oh, see, that could be our idea, Tracy, for what we were talking about beforehand. Like a beginner's workshop. I've not used any of these.
Okay.
And I don't know where to start. So that's great. So thank you. That helps us with an idea we were just chatting about. You never know.
Pen and paper.
Heather spins the idea and Tracy goes, okay. It's all good. I made 2 of the layouts while watching. I have the mink. Is that the right way to pronounce it? So I'm inspired to take my foils and make some cards.
Good.
Excellent.
Good.
Excellent. I love that. It's inspiring. That's really important to us, the photo overlay. So maybe that's what she was saying, the photo.
Yes. See, sorry, that was the Ellie Mae one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see it. I just couldn't think of those words.
Enjoyed Michelle and Sean, but they were demonstrating those crafts I was most interested in. Okay. I am sure the other presentations were great. You know what? And that's it. You don't have to watch everything in a summit. That's not the intention. I know some of you have, which is amazing. But the real point is to really pick and choose what you want, right? And what works for you. If you don't have a Cricut, you may not watch some of these. And Sean is awesome and great to do that stuff. So Alicia did a great job with the printables. I used so many printables and her project and papers were beautiful. Simple projects are real eye-catching, and that looks more complicated than they really are. True. Yeah, and her stuff is beautiful. She's done, she's been in all of her summits, and all of her projects are very, I can tell one of her projects without actually seeing. There's just something about them, even though they're very different. I can tell what she's done. She does beautiful work. Debbie's here. Susan's here. Oh, we reached the end of it. And Debbie has been here. Debbie does fun with lights and stuff like that. And Debbie's a hoot. If you listen to our Q&A, we had a lot of fun with Debbie. And one of the things that came out of one of our Q&As, I think it started with Pam, was for you card makers. And even if you're not a card maker, I asked the question, do you ever make cards for yourself? And the answer pretty much has been no. So if you're a card maker on here and you weren't on that call, or you were, do you make cards for yourself? And so I challenged people on that call, Pam included, was to make cards, make a card for yourself. And then Tracy added to it by saying, put a personal like sentiment or thought into it. Give it to someone and ask them to mail it to you without like 6 months from now, 2 months from now, whatever. And you'll get a card from yourself. And what would you write to yourself? So that was one of the challenges that came out of ours. And I think it's such a great little thing. I used to do it for team building and training, where I would get people to write a letter and their goals to themselves, and I would keep it and mail it back to them like 8 months later. So it's the same idea, but done a lot better, because yours would be a work of art. So why don't you gift yourself a work of art by creating a card, mailing it, giving it to somebody, and mailing it back to yourself. So that's a challenge for you guys. The summit also have learned design space for several sponsors. I have a Cricut and a Spellbinder die cutter. Won't give up the Spellbinder. We don't want you to give up anything. This one is, I purchased a new Circuit Explorer, but I'm intimidated. Would love some tutorials on this puppy. So some of the people that are great and extremely generous is Sean. So if you missed Sean beforehand, Sean's like, give her a call, drop her a note. Miss Carrie is also very good on the Cricut machine. She loves it. She has some courses and things like that. Miss Carrie has, so if you go to Miss Carrie's website, she mentioned, if you go back and listen to her Q&A, she has, was it 5 minutes or 10 minutes?
Something like, it was like 5-minute videos, like short videos about one certain feature of this Cricut, you know, how to use this or how to do that in your Cricut. And that's all the video is. And I'm like, that's a neat idea.
Yeah. So Suzanne, check out Miss Carrie's. Her links are underneath her video. She's live today, so you can go and check out hers. Sean's really good for it as well, as giving hints and helping them. Follow those ladies. They both love to help. Different style. And so this is one of the things, one of the reasons we bring people together. You may not resonate with one or the other, or you might not be able, it's not even resonate. Sometimes we can't learn from people. And so you might not learn as well from one or the other, but reach out and talk to either of them. There may be other circuit people, but those are kind of the expert, want to help you with everything. Go ahead.
See, Heather, what you're saying is basically how we met in networking. Okay. I've met many business coaches. However, why did I start talking to Heather? There was something that just clicked. Okay. And that's exactly what you're saying. So talk to the different speakers about the same subject and see who clicks for you. It's just, it's nothing personal. It works.
It works. We each have different styles. So definitely talk to them if you want to know more about your Cricut. I had so much fun. Debbie, we always have fun with you. I don't think Debbie knows not to have fun. Alcohol ink techniques.
I saw that written down earlier. And I wrote it down because that's as an idea, I believe, that she's giving us for another video. Yep.
So all the presentations were great. We all have different interests. Exactly. We have different interests. We have different supplies. It's taking that and seeing how you can, what someone said earlier today or earlier yesterday was this, taking these ideas and making it your own and playing and seeing what comes out of it is the real point of it. What is this one? If I make a card, I ask myself, would I like to receive that? If yes, it's okay. If not, I have to change something. That's interesting. So instead of would you like to receive it, do receive it. Send a card to yourself.
Yeah. And see how you feel when you do receive it.
Exactly. Even better, make a card using a technique you just learned. When you do get it back, see how you use of that technique has changed. That's an awesome one.
Yeah. That's good too.
Awesome, so yeah, play with it. And if you're not a card maker, you can still make a card, I assume, Tracy.
Oh, you're allowed.
I
We'll let
don't
you.
want to, but you
I
can.
mean,
I got a note to fascinating ladies at the live croc. Excellent. Love Miss Tracy, the silhouette overlay by Ellie Mae, and many more. So excellent.
good.
Yeah. So as a VIP, we did the live crop, which was a great opportunity to meet people and do that. So, and Ellie Mae really wanted to do a Q&A, but she wasn't available this weekend. So hopefully next time she comes back and we can do a Q&A with her.
Yes.
We try our best, but like life happens, right? So she wasn't available. I love alcohol inks. Would love to have a class on this technique. There you go. I love learning about all the different machines and tools I don't have to. Yeah, we don't have them, but we might get them one day. Okay, thanks. I'm looking forward to using my Better Press more in my mink. I have tons of foils. This is calling my name. Excellent.
That's right.
Use what you have. That's really one of Tracy's passions, is use what's already there. Even though she sells supplies, use what you have. Fun ideas about sending ourselves art. You need to. When Alicia was talking, she talks about how she doesn't send that many cards, but when she does, she doesn't. Somebody asked Alicia what size card she makes, and she says it doesn't matter. It's what comes to her, because she doesn't send them in envelopes. She sends them in bubble wrap. She says it costs more, but it's like a gift. It's not like, she sends them and presents them in a way that's much more like a piece of art than a card. And I thought that was a really interesting way of looking at it. So yeah, sending yourself art. I used to be a massage therapist and learned that we have a different vibe. Exactly, an energy. Some match and some don't. Absolutely true. Right. And I think that makes a difference in who we play with. That was Debbie.
Okay, I was just going to say, Debbie, how did you make people relax? Sorry. That was my inside voice.
Debbie would have been. I'm sure she did a really good massage, though.
Oh, probably.
We'll have to say, I appreciate all of both of you have done putting so much into this beautiful summit. Thank you. It is our passion. It's fun. I mean, there are moments when it's not. We won't lie. There's moments when it's like, I just want to go to sleep. But the reward is actually seeing people have such a good time at it, and, you know, investing in it and doing that. Tip for Cricut Matt writes on the cover sheet of the word on, so you place the cover sheet back on correctly. I was putting it back on that had dust on. Okay. So you want to make sure you know what you're doing. That's a great tip.
Makes sense.
We'll get to. Sometimes when I spend a lot of time on a card and it comes out really nice, I tell myself that this card is for me and I won't give it away. That's awesome too. Yeah. But do you write something in it? This is where Tracy took it up a step. Do you actually write something in it? Debbie's like, I didn't talk.
Is that why you're no longer doing it?
Tracy's being facetious here.
I know, and I'm the quiet one, right?
You're the more humorous one. Tiffany is great with alcohol inks.
Tiffany's slow. Yep. Yes. I have contacted her in the past, but I know she's busy, but you never know.
I think the massage is how I caught my hubby. Well, there you go. Debbie J. Corner didn't talk. See, it's not just you, Tracy, so you're okay. It's not just you on that one. I'm sure Debbie's laughing in the background anyways.
Oh, she's all right, I think.
I don't know there was a front or back, so that's going back to the Cricut mat.
Cricut.
Tiffany, I put stickers on the outside of my Cricut mat, so there you go. Debbie's laughing at us or laughing at herself, so there you go. Or laughing at Susan. We're not sure who Debbie's laughing at, but she's laughing.
She's laughing.
Another topic, tips for caring for mats cutting. We did talk a little bit about adding something, adding a few little things about some of the organization machine care. Doesn't necessarily have to be, that's a good one too.
Pen is working.
Yes. It was a lot of fun and relaxing. If I was to take out the table, I would be quiet. Oh, there you go. It's like take one thing out and you quiet down. So, and yes, I'm cracking up. I thought you would be, Debbie. We know. I love working with alcohol inks. There's so many awesome techniques I do with them. Okay. I might actually see. Those are the things that intrigue me. Because can I color with them? Can I draw with them? Can I create depth?
Oh, yeah, not sure about well, I mean, again.
No, you wouldn't be able to draw with them and do depth. But I love Debbie. We match energy. Love you. So excellent. Now, these are great things. This is the kind of thing that helps us. Well, I should say helps Tracy go and find people to bring in and do that. So we really appreciate any feedback that you can give us. If you don't, who else? I mean, if you don't want Debbie back, we could manage that. But I'm sure you want Debbie back because I can pick on Debbie because she's here.
I was almost going to say something, and I went, no. So
we're well to sing, Tracy. We want Debbie back for sure.
Yes. Of course.
Well, Debbie's not laughing at us anymore. We may have pushed Debbie
out. She is. She just hasn't shown up yet. Either that or she's like, yeah, I don't know if I want to be back yet with you guys.
Oh, there we go. We got ha. So we're good. Debbie's back. Debbie's been with us since the first one. So, and that's what we've been really lucky. We have about 50-50. We do want to break, ladies and speakers. We want to break the 30 mark. We got to 29 speakers. We really are trying to break the 30 mark. It's like our goal. We're going to get there. You're not over top. It's good to know you love me. We love you, Debbie. Yes. All comments are well intended. So yes, they are. Debbie, we do love you. You bring such a great energy. And Tracy and I can't speak for Tracy, but I'm going to try, and she can tell me if I really love doing the Q&As because it brings out something different. And you get to know the artist and not just the project and what their intention is. And you can ask questions that you can't ask. So we really enjoy doing it. It's a bigger commitment on our part. But we really enjoy doing it.
And honestly, the other side of, I'm going to say the other side of you, Debbie, which I'm going to say is the business side. When I say, okay, this is what we need, boom, 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 you're there. And it's like, it's perfect. Yes. No complaints. Like, really? Thank you.
And yes, the answer, Debbie, is absolutely. Is it okay if I recommend to you some of the creators I love? Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what we want, right? Especially if you love them and you know them and you can give us a good in. Because that's sometimes the challenge for Tracy is she's trying and she's not getting in the door, literally. Her emails are going to spam or whatever. She's trying her best. So Debbie, if you have ones that you love and you can introduce us to the ones that you love, that would be awesome.
Good thing I've been in sales all my life, eh?
Yes.
Because when you said, I'm like, yeah, I've been kicked out of many offices,
Yes. Tracy might be an introvert, but she's the sales end of this thing. I mean, I'm sales too, but Tracy's really good at it. It's a challenge for her. Oh, we're going. I love the Q&As. Thank you, Sandy. We love doing that. I think Sandy earlier got missed. Anyone have tips on how to? Oh, I didn't see that one. Or was that a question, or it was a suggestion for a topic?
Yeah, sorry.
But if anybody has tips on how to care for that stuff, great. But I thought it was a suggestion for a topic.
Yeah, me too. That's why I wrote it down. So now, okay, for cutting plates, I'm assuming for your, I'm going to say Big Shot or Sizzix or whatnot. I mean, the only ones there was 2 brands. Now it's probably only down to the one scrapbook.com one that it doesn't oh my God, when you put your die through, it's not going to cut through the plate or as much as our regular plates do. They're not cheap, but they can be worth it. That's for sure. As far as the mats, I mean, again, like that's the thing. You're using them and you have to understand there are blades in a sense going through this, right? It's cutting through.
Magic mat.
The magic mat is because there was another brand that had one, but they're just, I've got like 2 left and anyways, they're gone. So yeah, but yes, it's, you can't stop. If you're going to cut your paper in that, you're going to cut the mat. It's going to wear out. It is.
Not everything is lifetime in this world, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Debbie says we need to talk about getting into those speakers. So there you go, Debbie. We will be in contact. Suzette wants to know if you want an assistant.
Oh, well, who knows? Eh?
It's an option one day. Magic mat. I'm getting down here. It's been using it for 3 years. Haven't had to replace a plate.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
To avoid warping. Again, it's a question about how to store it to avoid warping.
Oh. That can, part of me is like, okay, where do you live? Is it hot? Is it, humid? Is it, oh no, to avoid warping, never mind. You're just talking about when you're putting it through your machine. Sorry.
Mm.
Which is kind of what we were saying, that it's,
They get used.
yeah, it gets used as far as, any temperature thing. Uh, get it in a cooler environment. I don't know. Here I am now thinking, going, what if you put it in your freezer? I'm thinking things.
There you go. I
You
don't know.
might have to try things and see how it helps, right?
This is your first summit. How many you've done? This is our third. So we started, our first one was June 2023. We did not know what was going to happen. We kind of knew because I do these summits in the business space, but we had, I don't know, 7,000 people, I think, the first time registered. We did it in November, was our second one. A few less people. November can be a bit of a crazy time. So we had another, I think we had 6 or 7. And this time we have over 10,000 people registered. And that's not all of the 7,000 because not everybody can make it. So we have 7,000 new people on the list, I think. So we had 3,000 returning and another 7,000 doing it. So it's crazy. You guys are in a crazy world. There are summits in this space that have 30,000 people register. So yeah, it can be crazy, but this is our third, and obviously we're going to do a fourth. So yeah, we have fun with it, and it's great. It's a great fun experience and a great community of people. I'm not sure I get this one. And then they have one for free right now.
You're talking about the magic mats or
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Not sure either.
Just pay for shipping. I'm losing the
Yeah.
We're not sure on that one. Oh, I guess maybe a magic mat, just pay for shipping. Consistently flip the cutting plates. Keep the top mat always on the top.
Yes, that makes sense as well. But they, depend, and it depends too how often you're using your machines. Yeah. That's why some of my clients ask me, well, how long would this last? But it's like, one client can use it on a daily basis, make 10, who knows, 20 cards. Another client might make 1 card every 6 months. So it really depends.
The magic mat is designed to prevent the warping. So that would be why people like. Yes. You can't avoid warping is another one. It's just going to happen. You can always. At DBJ Corner, is that because they might be having a new version? So I guess it is the magic mat that's free if you pay for shipping, and maybe they have a new version coming out.
Yeah, that's fine. And if you're in the States, but watch out because trust me, I hear customer complaints all the time when it comes to Canada. Yes, you're paying more shipping and you can have duties, and it's not like we can say when you're going to have it or not. If they show up at your door and they want money,
Yes, and they want there's a magnetic mat, which when it comes out, so that's coming out. Congratulations. So I'm not sure who that's for, but good. My friend put her plates under the heat press to straighten, but I don't know what temperature. So using heat to straighten it can't hurt if it doesn't work. There you go. So there you go. I love to hear that people are scrapbooking. Yes, that's really, Tracy's a scrapbooker at heart. She's not a card maker. Have you ever made a card? I've made a few cards, but it takes me way longer to even think of. And then just talking about a basic card, like putting a couple pattern papers or something, it takes me forever to figure that out. Give me a page, give me some pictures. Well, maybe not always that quick, but it's a lot quicker for me. Pages, I guess my heart is in it. Yeah. So yes, definitely scrapbooking. What are you getting there? I got a few 3-year-old videos on the magnetic mat. On the magic mat, sorry. So they're magnetic. I enjoy all 3 mats. Thank you. We're glad. We love to have returning people here as well who come and listen and participate. And we love all of you who come on all the Q&As. Mm-hmm. It's been awesome. It's so fun to have it. It helps the conversation. I know in Sun Summits you're just on by yourself, and then you're answering comments. We really wanted to create the conversation. It's important to us. So many, but only 41 watching right now. Wonder why? Partly because it's Sunday, and it's not really 41. They usually end up with a lot more views. So people come back. The Q&As don't go down, by the way. They're up. They stay on Embellished Connections channel, YouTube channel. So yeah, it may say 40 and it'll end up being like 300 or 400 or more. Not everybody watches. Some people come for that one session they sign up for. Some people are the VIPs, so they buy it and they go off and do their thing. So yeah, not everybody comes on live. We are unable to broadcast into Facebook. So in previous summits, we were able to go live on YouTube and live on Facebook at the same time. Facebook has changed the rules. So it's not that no one can broadcast into a Facebook group right now without a lot of walk-arounds that don't work very well. And so it's changing again this month. So that's something that if you used to it, don't be surprised if some of the people that you're seeing in Facebook groups may have to change the way they do it. Facebook's really changing how they're doing things. I can kind of see where they're going. So you may see things change. We may not have a Facebook group next time because we may not be able to. We hopefully will, but these are things that are just changing in the way that Facebook does it. So we had more people watching through Facebook last time, but we can't do that. Not everybody uses YouTube, surprisingly. Not, we've had somebody go, how do I get onto your YouTube? So it's all, everyone has a different one. So that's why. Who's this one? Who has the magic mat? Lots of people do, it sounds. Me too. Yeah, there's lots of people. Magic mat for free. That one was a Debbie comment, so you have to follow up with Debbie. So even magic mats warp, but I put it in hot tap water and it flattens again. So there you go. Heat makes sense. Here we go. What's this one? Ally Rosette. I love the interaction between you two, even though I'm not a scrapbooker. Thank you. We try. We have fun. Honestly, when we're doing this behind the scenes, even when we're frustrated, we have fun. So we do definitely have fun. And we live really close to each other, but I don't think I've seen her face to face since she was my chauffeur.
Jeez.
Tracy was, I had a hip replacement done it was supposed to be in January. It got postponed. So it was March, and you can't drive, at least in Canada. In the States, you can drive a lot faster, even though we're having exactly the same surgery. In Canada, you can't drive for 6 weeks. So Tracy was awesome at helping me get places because she understands, because of the frog story, what it's like not to be able to drive when you have to go places. And we both live alone. So it's like, okay, Tracy. So Tracy, but I think that's the last time I saw you face to face.
Probably because we've been working.
Even though we only live 5 minutes away. She also rescued my niece and took my niece to the hospital because I couldn't drive. So Tracy's awesome. And I know any friend of here would say the same thing. So that was the same one. Or use a heat gun to unwarp it. I do both card making and scrapbooking. I recently found a lady that lives 2 minutes from my house, and she and 2 friends scrapbook every Monday. I think that's awesome.
Nice.
I think it's awesome to not make it like, Tracy does a lot of crops, but that's a big commitment to do it for a weekend. But you find somebody to just do it and have fun with. It's great. Awesome. Tech changes all the time. Tech changes all the time. Absolutely.
Yep.
Especially free tech like Facebook. Hard to view live sometimes. I have 3 overlaid summits going on over the past weekend. I can't attend live now because the others are done for today. Yeah, that's the challenge of summits have become quite popular in this space. So you have to pick and choose. That's why VIP passes exist, so you can do it. Our lives don't go down, so you can back and watch them. There's been some really good conversations and suggestions in our live this time around. So if you want to laugh, go back and watch Debbie's. Debbie and us had a lot of really good laughs in our lives, so go back for that. So that may be why I can't see the influencers that I was following now. Yes, it may be why you can't. There are changes happening in Facebook, particularly when it comes to doing lives in Facebook groups. That's a big change that's coming up, and they're doing another change that they've announced for June. It's been hard to juggle more than one workshop at the same time, and trying to attend the live Q&As for both is hard, and there's life that gets in the way too. So just want the sessions not live. Yes, sometimes just wanting the sessions not live yet. And that's why we do the VIP pass. And complete transparency, that's how we get paid for what we're doing, right? So we know that not everyone's going to do it, but the intention is to really kind of build up a community and have people and come in and join our circle, because this is how our circle is. So come and join that. Debbie says the coupon for the magic mat is magic, not surprising, for the free pay shipping only. Debbie just placed an order today, so that must work. So there you go.
I can almost guarantee you it's only in the States, though, everybody. Yeah. I'm just warning.
For anyone who's not in the States.
Going with the odds. Yeah.
So yes. And we are not in the States. We're in Canada. These live summits are so interesting. Then other summits live I have been a part of. And thank you.
Cute.
We have fun. Debbie says you can heat it, and that does work for the magic mat as well. And Debbie's going to need to, I need to do a new video on the Magic Mat. You obviously do. Or come in our next summit and talk about the Magic Mat. See what a great community this is. They even show for each other. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Debbie's laughing at her. Go and watch Debbie's fun thing. Debbie does lives on Tuesdays at 5:30. So some of our speakers do lives regularly on their YouTube channel or in their Facebook group or wherever they can. I found a new friend in the Facebook group that lives about 15 minutes away. That's awesome.
Nice.
We got together, meet, watch some workshops together. That is so cool. That is really cool. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that's fun because that's very cool that you found somebody and did that. I was in a Facebook group recently that I found somebody I went to elementary school with, like grade 7. I think the last time we would have seen each other was grade 5. So when I was like 12, and I found her in another group for poodles of all things. So you never know what you find. I like the lives. Obviously, Susan, we know you love the lives. We love the fact that you're always with us. So thank you. You bring such great humor to it as well. And you ask great questions to keep us going. We appreciate that, Susan. You might not notice it, but we notice that you ask great questions to keep us going. I mostly buy the VIP ticket for the convenience of washing when I want, but also to support everyone that works so hard to put it together. Thank you. We get paid for doing it. So Pam just joined us. Hi, Pam. We made it through all the comments. We made it through them all. And we really appreciate this conversation and the banter and the speakers who are here and everyone who's doing this stuff. That's Debbie got here. Bim with Mary May. Ooh.
May made it. Graduated from my high school the year before me. Found out at Creativation last year when I met them. There you go.
There you go. Did I miss what the Magic Mat is for free with shipping? Just use the code MAGIC. I guess it's on their site. That's a Debbie question. And only in the US, most likely. So we always, as Tracy's been putting it. No way, that's cool, Debbie. So yeah. So the Magic Mat. I think when you say this, I keep thinking Magic Mike. I'm sorry. It's just one of those. Magic Mat, Magic Mike. It's a completely different thing.
I'm not even going to say what's in my mind with the two of those put together.
Don't get yourself embarrassed there, Tracy.
Yeah.
Hey, at least I haven't said Magic Mike yet. I was going to, and I didn't. So there you go. There's some comments. So yes, so they're coming more. What did Debbie put here? Yes, I don't know if this is in the US, but shipping is a pain wherever you go internationally. Absolutely. It's not just shipping, it's also customs. Sometimes the custom people ignore what you're doing, and other times they do really silly things and hold your order up or charge you extra. Or so there's an element of shipping, and then there's the other element of customs. Yes. Susan said, I love hanging out with you in the live stream. So there you go. We do. We appreciate it. There we go. I'm trying to think of what else we needed to cover. Definitely our sincere appreciation for everybody, speakers, sponsors, and as important, we wouldn't be doing these if there wasn't our VIPs who commit to coming to this and doing this. No, the Magic Mike was not part of the VIP Magic Mike. See, now I said it.
I heard you.
Magic Mat has nothing to do with us. It's Debbie who dropped that. Magic Mike's who got people talking.
We just been having a conversation about this.
Yeah, yes. So it's not part of the VIP. You can only imagine what you're thinking. Yes, so that we can only imagine what I was thinking with Magic Mike. I don't know. But we couldn't, we wouldn't continue to do this. So thank you very much for those who do buy the VIP package, because that's what helps us to continue to do this. And so we really appreciate you. We do our best, and our speakers do our best to make your VIP package way worth more than what you pay for it. So even like we were talking today, 12 by 12's got a coupon in there, Whimsy stamp, come and join our circle. Sarah Gardner has some cards, I think it is. I don't remember them all off by heart, cards. Alana has a discount in her store if you're Canadian. And you can use it if you're not Canadian. So really good way to get use of your American dollars. And I think it's so much easier to ship into the States than out of the States. And so there's lots of great coupons there that are available. And so we really appreciate the VIPs who do buy it, because it's what allows us to continue to do this for you. The sales in the VIP are what help us. Otherwise, if we weren't getting that, we wouldn't be able to continue to do this. As much as we would like to do it for free, we can't. And so definitely look at the VIP passes and look at what's in there. It's important. And sometimes it's accidental. Now I don't follow that one, but it's okay.
Either.
It's Debbie, and sometimes it's accidental. I'm not sure if that's my magic mic thing or something else. We're not sure. But there is some really good thing. Debbie put a course in the VIP path that she said, ooh, I put too much in there. Mm-hmm. So if you are a VIP, grab Debbie's, because Debbie put an amazing thing in there, and she's like, oh, I put too much in there. It's going to be great, right? So there's a great offer from Debbie. Similar with Tracy Pond, put a whole calendar that you can make for the year in there with some beautiful images. If you like Alicia's stuff, Shannon's not on here, but people have said Shannon's sentiments are just worth the VIP pass the same. And the VIP price will stay down till tomorrow, and then it will go up to post-summit prices. So if you've bought it, fantastic. Remember, we'll be sending an email out tomorrow because some of the VIP bonuses do expire. Now, 12 by 12 just extended theirs for a week. So if you're looking to buy some paper, it's 12% off. They extended it by a week. So other ones like that, you can really look and do. I got so much crafting done this weekend. Excellent. Pam did a great. Pam was the one who conversation led us into. So Pam was one of our presenters who did a Father's Day card. She's the one who started the conversation about mailing yourself your own card, because we asked her if she ever made them. So that's where that conversation came from, was in our interview with Pam on
yesterday.
My SSI check comes early. Oh, the senior citizen check comes early. Yes. I'm like, I don't know all the abbreviations for the US. But yeah, so definitely take advantage of it. Take advantage of, if you are a VIP, really look and see what things you want to get. A lot of it's free. Some of it are discount coupons, so obviously you need to. Tracy has a discount coupon. We forgot Tracy.
Oh, don't worry.
Tracy's store. So we have a discount for the Scrapbooking Fun Circle, which we would love to have you guys join. If you're a VIP, you can try it out. If you're a non-VIP, you can join the circle at 15% off. If you're a VIP, it's a month free plus 20% off for as long as you're in there. But Tracy has her own virtual, semi-virtual store. So I got it that time. And she has a 25% off coupon. So if you're looking to shop, and don't go by Tracy's website, it's not completely up to date. Call her. I'm being nice. Tracy's website's not up to date. Yeah. So call Tracy if you want to use it. And so there's
email me a list saying, hey, I'm looking for stuff like this. Can you get this? Or do you have it? Because I have a lot of stock and it's not online right now. I'm sorry. Into too many events and then have this. And I'm like, can't do it.
Yes, so definitely. And one of the things we discovered, thanks to Julie, actually, is your local library has Cricut printers. I did not know, Tracy and I did not know that our local library has a Cricut printer. So we can go and play with a Cricut at our local library without buying it. That was a great tip. And it sounds like some of the US libraries have even more than that. So you can go and play and do that. So that was a great tip. I think it was Julie who brought that up. Never even thought to look at our local library, but now we know that we have one there. So love a summit that focuses on scrapbooking and not cards. Thank you.
And see, I like to focus, honestly, even though I know it's called scrapbooking, which I love to do, don't get me wrong, but I like a variety.
I'm actually going to say Tracy focuses on techniques.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's not about whether it's we definitely have scrapbookers, and we ask all our speakers to show how you can use their technique or what they're teaching in both scrapbooking and cards. And so that you get, and it actually challenges them a bit if they don't do the other one, but they do think about it. But Cindy is a great one. If you haven't checked out Dare to Be Artsy, another coupon. Dare to Be Artsy has really cool stuff. She just added some stuff that she was playing with on the weekend on the Facebook group, where she was using clusters again in a different way. So she was showing how you can use her clusters in scrapbooking and cards. So there's lots of ways to do it. See you in the fun circle. We're excited to have you in the fun circle. We do have a lot of fun. And this week, if you're in the circle, we have usually it's the second week of the month is our crafting, where we have an expert come in and teach. So this time it's going to be someone coming in to do stencils, who is a designer for Whimsy Stamps. So she's going to come and do stencils. Some people who come in and do our presentations, it's their first time. So we had, she's not on now, but we had Shelly was her first time, or maybe Shelly's still here. I don't remember. Shelly it was her first time presenting, and she did an amazing job demonstrating Alicia's interferencings. I got it.
You're going to dream of them.
I'm going to dream of them. So, whoops, that one went away. Debbie, can I show up to the light up card making class as my discount says not eligible? So if you're a VIP and you're having trouble with that, please reach out to Tracy. If you're having trouble with any of the discount codes, reach out to Tracy. And I know, Suzette, you are VIP, so let's reach out. We will work with Debbie to make sure that works. Oh, Shelly's still there. So Shelly never did a class before. She did an amazing class. So some of our speakers are new. Some of them are like Shannon did a presentation. Sean's done different ones. Tracy was our first one on Chipboard. And all the past presentations in the circle are available. So if you've already created your account, go through, you'll see there's the Playhouse Library. I can't remember what we called it. We got really tricky with our names and we can never remember our names, which is funny. But you'll see all the past crafts and chats, but there's also in the Playhouse, there is all of the past presentations. So you can look at, somebody was asking for a chipboard presentation. There's one in there. There's a presentation from Dress My Crafts who is doing punches. So there's lots of things to look at. So where are we here? I lost my place. Yes, thank you for the scrapbooking. Thank you. What's this one? Being able to learn techniques from both. We got that one. Okay, I'm here. Shelly was there. Alana's freebie is not working. We know it's not working. Alana is working on it. It's a very weird technical problem. And so consequently, she's doing her best. It may take a couple of days. She's not taking her freebie down. She will let you know when it's available. It's not something it works for some people. If you happen to be on a Mac and you try Safari, it may work. May is an operative word. We know it's not working. Like I said earlier, if you weren't here earlier, technology's tough. It was working perfectly fine up until we went live. Yep. And Shannon, it's a Sunday, so Shannon has to get a hold of her tech people who run her shop, which is not herself, it's the company she buys it from. She needs to get a hold of them and they need to go figure it out. And intermittent problems are really hard to solve. Mm-hmm. As a software engineer, I can tell you they are the hardest things to deal with. So
you can also, sorry there, Heather, but you can also reply to one of our emails, Darlene. So I have your name because I have a list on the go of people that are waiting for it too. Okay, to make sure that you definitely get it. Okay.
Now it's not just on your own, Darlene. It's a problem with Shannon, and you can try Safari and it might work.
Shannon.
Presentations of techniques. So yes, we're looking. Is that a question? A want? So let us know, Creative Cindy. Exactly what because we definitely have presentations of techniques in the summit, and it's something we will look for both in the circle and the summit.
So many things that could go wrong.
There is so many things that can go wrong. Yeah, it's not just you by any means. And yes, there are so many things, like our site was down this morning for half an hour. Yeah. It was down on Friday. They happen. When we build this site, I would gauge there's probably somewhere between 200 to 500 links on that site. And so all of that makes things, some people weren't getting emails. It's because links there's been a lot of changes in email delivery. So most of you are here, so I assume you all got the email, but there's been email issues as well. But Google changed the way we can deliver emails, and that's caused a lot of hiccups as well. So not only are there a lot of changes, but we don't always know. We don't always know what's going on in the software world. Which one's this? Do you need to send an email for Alana's gift? If you want to be on the list so we can remind you, if you're in the Facebook group, we will post it. You can just bookmark her link. And you can save her link. She's not taking the coupon down, so you can just save her link and come back to it in a couple of days. Hopefully it will be resolved by then. So yes, if you want an email when it's fixed as well, but you can also just bookmark her link. She has no intention of taking it down. And I made a mistake, so it's not on Alana's. It was Fun Card originally, and I typed Fun because I think probably, or the vice versa. So she's going to make both of those coupons work. Fun and Fun Card, but they're both having the same problem. So either email Tracy, keep an eye on the Facebook group, or just bookmark her link. Just save her link, copy it, and then you can go back in a couple of days and check. she's working on. And Ned had the same problem. Her email marketing tool went down and she couldn't send it. So that's fixed. But yeah, so do that if you're having any issues with any of the freebies. But generally speaking, after tomorrow night, the freebies may or may not be available.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want them and you've missed anyone, you can go to Meet the Speaker page on the site and they're all there. Same with the SVG files, but there's no requirement for the speakers to keep them after that time. So you can circle back for that. So thank you both for all the troubleshooting and all the time you put into getting all the tech things working out for us to be part of the summit. We appreciate you seeing. Thank you. It's my heart that puts the tech stuff together.
Yeah, my heart that doesn't like it.
And the circuit presentations. Okay, are they all techniques? Let's laugh. I guess what else would be presented? No. So the first one was on using chipboard, which I guess that's not really a technique, is it? Would you call it?
There's different ways. I mean, I think we've had a pretty a mixture so far, right? Because like I said, with the chipboard, it was showing different things you could do with the chipboard, what you could put on it and stuff. With some of them were to, when you're making a card, let's say, or whatever, it still has something, it has to have something involved in it, right? Like,
but it wasn't highlighting just techniques. Like we are, we have a challenge every month. So Cindy, I'm assuming your first name is Cindy. We're just going to make that assumption. We have a challenge every month, and they vary. And who comes next? We don't know who our July presenters be yet. And so it's a difference, a combination of techniques, of sometimes the theme. So the one that we had in January was a really cute cookie card. But there was technique in it, like Tracy said, but the end result was you could build this really cute cookie card using your punches. And then we definitely had someone on Cricut because it was asked for that. And Shannon was laminating, so it was definitely technique. So yeah, it's been a little bit of both.
And also it depends on who's in their group, in the circle, right? Because I do like to watch and go, okay, we have so many scrapbookers or card makers or mixed media. Like, what do we want to see? And then we've had just discussions, right? Where it's been plain and simple. I'm like, okay, if I don't hear that, right? When people have said, I want to learn this or see that, okay,
Absolutely.
How
often does the circle meet? Dawn, we have something every week. So we have a combination of once a month at least, we have a speaker, a crafter who comes in. Then we have our craft and chat. And I know people who are part of the group will tell you it goes anywhere. So you can come for 15 minutes, you can come for the full hour and a half. So typically it runs an hour and a half, and we do those once a week, not the week that there is a speaker. And then on the last, we start the month off with a challenge. And so this month's challenge is petals and paper, which is to use your stencils and create and capture either fauna or floral. And so you can do whatever you want with that. Sometimes it's a technique and sometimes it's like a celebration. But that's the one that we came up with this month. And then on the last craft and chat of the month, the idea is to showcase what you've done. And it really is, if you're not using your stencils and you have some, take them out. If you don't like stencils, you don't have to do it. There's no have to in here. This is not like, oh my God, you got to do it. You can make your own stencils with your Cricut machine, right? So much that you can do. So our topics are not meant to say scrapbook this or card make this. It's about, that's why it does tend to lean towards, I guess, techniques, because we want you, or themes. It's either technique, like for March, and we had bunnies or shamrocks, because it was Easter happened to be in March this year, and it was St. Patty's Day when we sent it out. So we had bunnies or shamrocks. So it was not at all based on a particular technique. It was make something with bunnies and shamrocks on it. And so some of, people are pulling out different things and doing different things. So that's exactly what it is. And Tracy and I are both really spontaneous. So this is the real truth about us. It's one of our, if we ever had one thing that we don't work well together, is that we both procrastinate really well. And then we do things at the last minute, but we're both really spontaneous. So when we decide a theme, it's going to be based on the speaker Tracy can find, maybe a decision just as we're writing the email. We are transparent about it, but I will say our best thoughts come out that way. So I thoroughly enjoyed this summit. Whoops, what was this one? And thanks for quick addressing the tech issues. Thank you. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. I thoroughly enjoy it. Do you meet the same? No, we do not meet the same day or time of the month. So we try to vary it because we have Aussie members. We change the dates. Sometimes, honestly, I can only get Tracy one day a week. So that's going to be the day it is. Tracy does a lot of crops. And so when she's out of crop, sometimes we have to work around that. We typically do at least our show and tell. We try to do at 7 p.m. Eastern, New York time, Toronto time. So that suits almost everyone. It's not great for people in Europe. So that's the only one it doesn't. So we might vary that, but we have a lot of them at 4 p.m. Eastern. We have other ones. We've tried 11 o'clock, and as the group grows, we may try them again. Occasionally a Saturday. We haven't done Saturday and Sunday in a while because Tracy's not been around. So, but that doesn't mean we won't do them. It's just a case of trying to find, we're experimenting a little bit. If you join, there's a survey. We're trying to find, it's impossible for us to be there for everyone. So we do vary it around. How many people in the circle? Initially, when we soft launched it, we were about 30 something. Now, with all the people who are trying it out, I think last time I looked, we're 60 or 70. But that doesn't mean, sometimes we're only 4. We'll be honest. Sometimes only 4 can show up. And we get into great discussions and conversations.
And then things are recorded as well.
Yes.
So if you miss a week, right, you can go back and watch it, right? Especially those that are, again, I don't think of our words, Heather, sorry, but the ones that are classes, okay? They're definitely recorded. So, you will not miss it.
Yeah, even our craft and chats are recorded. I don't know if anybody ever goes back and watches them, but you can craft along with our recordings and laugh with us. Sometimes our conversations get quite deep. And sometimes they don't. It's been a great place for people to talk about what you're doing and ask for recommendations. One of the ones that we had, which was great the other day, was somebody was asking how you tell the weight of a really not old piece of paper she's had for a long time. And somebody came up with a great suggestion and everybody went, oh, I never thought of that. Right. So there's a lot of that conversation as well. Tracy, it's for you. Tracy, do you have a schedule of the crops you're attending on your site?
Okay. I'm just curious, Linda, are you in the Ottawa area? And I'm asking because a lot of the crops that I either organize or I attend, not many are in the city because of the price. Often, and that's why I just don't want to bore everybody, but I'll go to like Renfrew, Smiths Falls, Petawawa, Pembroke, Kingston, Iroquois, Cornwall, so the whole Ottawa area.
Basically, we need to put a list on Tracy's site, and I will help her do that.
Well, I have them. I do have a page on there. I admit it because I don't always have time to
update
it.
Yes, deep. What deep? Yes, I know. We're not always deep, Debbie, but we try every once in a while.
Yeah.
She's often in the area. So Tracy does so Linda, if you drop Tracy an email, she can let you know. Tracy does a couple for charity, which is awesome for, what is the word I'm looking for? Charity. Fundraising.
Yeah.
Fundraising has auctions in them and that kind of thing. So you do 2 a year or 3 a year?
For the epilepsy one, there's a day one, and there's a weekend one that we do. So for that, yes. And then also, Linda, if you get onto my newsletter, then you will see those ones. I will have them listed when, as long as there's room available, kind of thing. So that way too, then sometimes you'll connect or have to contact myself if I'm organizing it. Otherwise, I will have the names of the people to contact. Okay.
Yeah. And Tracy has her own website, which I just typed in as embellishedconnections.com, which is this channel. So it'll be in the description of this channel. So we don't send Tracy's business emails for Embellished Connections to the Scrapbooking Fund.
No.
Because you're all over the world and it wouldn't work.
You would all unsubscribe going, okay, we don't need your weird jokes.
Tracy said, did somebody offer to be your assistant? Yes, there you go. Assistant, yes. It's always, even with assistants, it's hard to keep up with everything. You try really hard. So if you are locally, Tracy has a list of things she does. She also goes to other people's crops as well. So you post your own and you go to others. So
yeah, that's the thing. Like in my newsletters, they'll be at the bottom. And if it's not myself that's organizing it, I'll tell you who to contact to, get your place in there.
She also goes to Scrapfest in
Kitchener.
which is once a year in around Easter. See, look how good I'm getting.
Yeah,
Around Easter. So she goes to Scrap Bust in Kitchener as well. So those are all Canadian places for all our
yeah.
American, non-American, for all Canadian places. But yes, so I can't believe we've been going at this for so long.
I
Thank you so much,
know.
ladies. I
They
have
don't
enjoyed
want to
this.
leave us.
What is a crop? There you go. That's for you, Tracy.
Okay. Well, a crop is basically we rent a room and people, pay for a table. I say a table. Usually the people want a whole 6-foot table on their own. You bring your, so Leanne, let's say you've paid your, whatever it is, $20, $50. You come in and you're there for the day or the weekend, just depending what it is. And you've got that table. You bring your stuff to work on. Whether you're scrapbooking, I always tell people you could scrapbook, you can card make, you could do mixed media, you could sew, you could sleep. It doesn't matter. You rented that table, you're away from the world for a bit. Well, it's true, Heather. That's what you do. And then, so let's say I find it's a great place, first of all, you might just want to sit down and focus and do your own stuff, or you walk around, and that's how you meet others, of course, and you get ideas or you give ideas. And then some of the crops will have classes, some of them we don't. It just, again, all depends. So yeah, some of them are for fun, other ones it's for money. It's for money, as in, for a cause. Sorry.
It's also good. It's a great. I don't know how many of you attend crop in your local areas, if they still exist, because I know some of it is a dying art. But I'm always looking for others in Ottawa to scrapbook and craft with.
Well, get yourself on my newsletter list. Sorry about the sale thing, but seriously, and you will find places there. Again, there's, they're not all here in town, but we're there.
So, Car, where are you located? So yeah, and then someone's asking, do they have them in the U.S.? Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Is there an itinerary? Each one's run differently.
Yeah.
So yeah. They have it's like crafting. Look at it as crafting the old sewing bee in a way, right? It's coming together and just enjoying each other's company, and just Google it, or if you let people know where you are, maybe there's someone here who knows already.
Well, depending where you live, you can. Okay, so if you're in Maryland, do you have a local scrapbook store? Or if you're to Google, I say scrapbooking again. That's just my expression. It could be card making, whatever. You can, search for them and say, okay, you're a store, do you know of any crops that are out there? Or on your if you're in Facebook, things like that, there can be groups for this town, that town, and you just have to search for them. But then all of a sudden you might go, wow, I didn't realize there was other people in this town that paper crafted the way I do.
It belongs to a small group that has a monthly crop at the library.
Yeah.
And we don't know it's at the library, so we got to go. Maybe there's some local crops at our library that Tracy doesn't know about. There's a woman who's part of our circle who does a monthly family craft day. Yeah. And so they get together once a month. All the crafters come over, and she doesn't know. It happens every month, whether one person shows up or the whole family shows up. She lives in Alaska. And she does a crafting family day, which I think is awesome. So, sometimes creating that is another way to do it. Is if you can't find your crop, make your own kind of concept of a crop. I'm blessed to have a few friends. We get together with me 2 or 3 times per year to scrapbook. Yeah, together in Lower Denver. I'm part of Facebook. Whoa. Well, that did something I hadn't seen before. I just hit something that did something really strange. I am part of a Facebook group, All Scrapbooking in Michigan, and they post them there all the time. So if you can find that local crafting place is another one.
I can't think of the name of the place in Michigan, but there's this, I know every year in Kitchener at Scrap Fest, they have a booth, and I'm not at all going to think of it, but they have this old, huge home. Okay. And so you can go rent that place, I guess, and basically people will, you and your friends go and scrapbook there together.
Yeah, definitely, Leanne, go out and Google it. You'll find it really great. I think scrapbookers are amazing, and card makers, paper crafters is what we tend to use, are amazing community. Our local library lets you meet there, so you can start your own crop or craft it anytime. Absolutely. And I found this group. I'm not even sure. Signing off. Thank you, Ellen. I found this group I belong to by asking our neighbor's Facebook group. Exactly. So yeah, I think sometimes we just have to ask, because we don't know what we don't know, ladies. That's the reality of it. We never know what we don't know. And sometimes this is why bringing this community together is so important to us, because that's how you find out about this. And yes, all crafters are welcome. Right. And so sometimes you'll find a group of people who craft, and sometimes you'll find a group of people who are more specific to card
That's
making.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, there's another woman in the circle who goes to card making once in a couple month or so, and they go and make like 10 cards together. There's a crafting retreat place in Florida, I believe. Yeah. It does depend on your countries are going to be different. When we were talking to Alicia Richard, she does crafting workshops and things like that, and she's in Australia. So if you want to go on a really fun trip, you can go to Australia to craft with her. That's on Tracy's and my bucket list.
There are scrapbooking cruises, believe it or not. Maybe not the whole cruise, but yeah. But again,
there's a color pencil. It doesn't surprise me. There's a color pencil drawing cruise as well. A lot of the crops are on the Detroit side of Michigan, but I'll keep checking. Yeah, check and see. If you can't find one, maybe think about making one, because I bet there's other people who want to play.
There's some other, like if you're in any of the scrapbooking, card making, paper crafting groups on Facebook, as you know, just depending on what the rules are in those groups, if you can even ask, sometimes I'll see a lot of questions about, I live in da 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 da. Do you know of any, groups that get together and craft? And you might be amazed with the answers you get. So,
yeah. And it doesn't have to be paper crafting. It can be like, oh yes, cruises are fun. Crafting. Have you been on one? There you go. Someone who's been on one. So cruises are fun. Crafting and relaxing. So there you go.
Yeah.
I know this. Like I said, there's a woman who does color pencil cruises. Losing my voice.
Yeah.
I used to go to a crochet knitting group, but I just didn't. But I just did cross stitch exactly. And I think I think after COVID, we're all craving that community again. And so finding them, I do know there are knitting groups that are library. So you're going to have to,
I believe that.
Have to do one of the cruises. Well, they probably go out of Florida, Debbie. So you probably don't have to go far to do one of those cruises. Debbie lives in Florida, if you haven't figured that out already. So you probably don't have to go far to do that. But yeah,
I think a lot of them go up to Alaska though.
Yeah, some of them are, they do seasonal. You get the summer, fall ones, Alaska, and maybe you see them more because we're in Canada, but I do know they have them in Florida too.
Vicky Boutin does some, if you guys want to know.
Who?
She's just a big creator. She's Canadian, but yeah, I would love to have her on board here, but she's just too big.
What was your name? Sorry, you cut out.
Vicky Boutin. Again, I'm saying it French. Vicky Boutin. Sorry, it comes out like that.
Sandy used to host her own crops in her home, so yeah, I'm gonna have to do one. So yeah, and that's why they're Alaska cruises. That would make sense because they're going out of Vancouver probably. But yeah, there's lots of opportunity. We're surprised when you go out and look for it or create your own. Someone just said earlier they met someone else on here and they've been crafting together. So there's lots of that opportunity. My friends and I crop together. We are scrapbookers, card makers, quilters, and a few mixed media folks. Yeah,
exactly.
It's about, and I mean, it's craving that there's a unique community to people who craft. And craft, my mother was a quilter, and her whole social life, my mother had the greatest social life. And she would go to crafting and to quilting bees, right? The same concept. She would go to quilting bees and quilt and take different classes. And then she took a doll making course and another thing and another thing and another thing, and didn't finish a lot. I still have all the pieces of my quilt for my 40th birthday, and I am not 40 anymore. But my mom was an extrovert. It wasn't even that, just getting out and seeing people, because they ran their business from our house. For her to get out of the house and do that was really important. So it's been around for a long time. So I have an idea for a guest. We love to know ideas for a guest.
You're allowed.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Smash the like. Oh yes, remember to be sure. We don't see the likes on here. They go on the. So basically, the more likes you get on YouTube, Tracy, the better it is. We don't see the likes because we're seeing it in Restream, not YouTube. So Debbie's like, remember to smash the like, because then that's good for us. There are cruises for various crafts around the world. Just do a Google search. Exactly. I craft with friends from all over the world via Messenger. Exactly.
Yeah.
Suzette lives in PEI, so yes, not as many people there, but yeah, crafting all over the world.
You can do it virtually.
And that's what the circle is. That is exactly what the circle is. It's just crafting together, asking questions, etc. Tracy, how do I get on your mailing list? Good question.
Well, you can either go on my website, so embellishedconnection.com, and then okay, I'm not on my phone here, but on the laptop, on the right hand side, there'll be like a strip. You go down to the bottom and it'll say to join my newsletter. You
That
can
looks
also
lovely.
email me and say, hey, Trace, this is me. And yes, I can put you in the list.
And Tracy is backwards, so when she says right and it looks like it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
left, it's really the right-hand
Sorry,
side.
right. Is that better?
And hit subscribe. Yes, that's
Yes.
how you get on Tracy's email list, which is different than this one because they are separate. And so you can get onto Tracy's email list like that. If you're Canadian, you can also get on it by taking advantage of her 25% off. So you can go and check that out. Just answer one of the emails too. And you can do that as well. So we are here, and click the notification bell and subscribe and click the notification bell. Yeah.
And so who was your idea of the guest of the summit?
Who was that? Who said
Cindy.
that? Cindy. Yes. Who's your guest idea? We love it. We've lost that person. There we go.
She's there. She's the one
that helps the channel. Yes. Oh, okay. And leave a comment and tip. That does help the channel. We need to do more with our channel because we've been using our channel for a summit. So ladies, help me convince Tracy that we need to do a little more of these for our channel.
Okay, ladies, help the year get longer so I can have a bit more time.
Right? She's left us in suspense on who she wants to suggest. That's okay. You got to type it up. We are always open to new people to put on our presented list, whether it's on the summit or in the circle. Will it be right on in upper cases when it says no when backwards? Right. Yes. Wait, if you write on in upper cases, it says no backwards. It does.
Okay.
Cindy, you don't have to ask her first. You can just, if you don't want to post it, no worries. Just send it. But most people love to know, be told, be advertised. It's like free advertising for her. So yes, you can suggest it. If you know her, you can give us an introduction. We always like introductions because Tracy tries really hard, but it's always easier to get into a door when you're being introduced. So that's good too. I enjoy mixed media too. We had mixed media more in the first and second summit. We didn't have mixed media. Well, Tracy did mixed media. So I always ask the question, what is mixed media? And I get varying answers because I think a lot of what you do for scrapbooking is kind of mixed media. And not card making as much, but scrapbooking, you can see Alicia put ribbon on hers and different things. So does that make it mixed media? And no one's given me a good answer yet.
It's because there's a definition, which we just go, yeah, that's not mixed media, which means you're using, they're saying like 2 different, paper and ribbon.
Which would be 80% of your scrapbooks.
Of course, we're all like, no, you've got to get, the paints or the sprays and things like that involved. You have to get messy. But yeah, there's just whatever. Everybody has their opinion about what would be mixed media. So
yes, the likes and comments and shares help Google algorithms determine what they display when we're searching on things. Absolutely. And I don't have a name that really helps me in search. When I'm for my own business, Heather Cameron's a very popular name. So sometimes I've given up trying to get Google to present me because if you get the right words in, you'll find me, but otherwise it's a little difficult. You'll find the singer Heather Cameron and the other Heather Cameron and the other thing. But anytime you do more than one thing, it's mixed media. So all scrapbooking is mixed media. That's where I get with all of this. Tracy, I agree. So yeah. But most scrapbooking is kind of mixed media. If you have that definition. So that's where mixed media to me involves paints and inks and maybe water, right? So everyone's got a different definition of mixed media.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the challenge. So, and then it's good. I mean, it opens it up to, we can say everything's mixed media. There you go. But doing something, we did have Nicole in our first 2 summits who did a couple of things on mixed media. But definitely Tracy's always looking. So suggestions, it helps, also helps some of our speakers hear what you want. And I don't know if Debbie's still here or Shannon's here or other ones, but it helps them hear. And that's something that we can pass on to them. So we appreciate that. Great suggestions because it gives us lots of things to think about. Mixed media is difficult to define. I interpret it as lots of ways to embellish our project.
Yet, she says. She's just
the cat's getting hungry.
Yeah.
Karen Timmer, do you know that person?
Nope. I will write that down.
is great with mixed media. So now you got a tail in your face.
You know. Okay. I just got a little spot here.
And Debbie's going, absolutely. Yeah. Hearing what you guys want really helps people like Debbie, who can actually do a lot. Debbie can kind of get this in many different ways. So it helps her decide what she wants as well. So thank you so much for all of the suggestions and comments and everything. It's been awesome. We really appreciate you. We really appreciate, our speakers and our sponsors. I really appreciate working with Tracy. We have had a lot of fun doing this. So, whoops, it's going by again. See,
They don't want to get rid of us, do they?
Since I've been hanging with you all so long, but have you done a session specifically on actually putting the pages in the album or caring for the album protectors themselves? No, we have not. But there you go.
No.
It could be something we do on our channel, or we could do as a bonus to the summit. It's like Tracy could do that. I see mixed media as multiple techniques using dyes, embossing, heat embossing, splattering inks.
Yeah.
So even, we're getting votes for that, how to organize your scrapbooks. There you go. Or caring for them if they've been destroyed in, say, a flood or something. Ooh, that one can be hard. But it depends on who you ask. It actually depends on who you ask, Pam. Exactly. But yeah, caring for stuff that's been destroyed can be so heartbreaking too. But definitely, that's a good one. I think there is an element of, like, people enjoyed Justine's organization. So I think having a few sessions like that is something that we would consider. Thank you so much. I plan to try your fun circle. Excellent, Dom. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you for all the great summit. Look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you all.
Yes, very much. And Heather, thank you too.
You're welcome.
Seriously.
You're welcome. We have fun doing this. My little brainchild turned into something pretty amazing. So. My little, Tracy, I have an idea, turned into something that has over almost 20,000 people registered to it. So thank you all. Thank you so much for our speakers, our sponsors. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. We did not expect to go this long, and it's been a blast, really. So it's been great. Your videos are up. We extended it until noon Eastern, New York, Toronto time tomorrow. If you're a VIP, you have access. If you have any issues when you're a VIP, let us know. Remember to claim your freebies. If they're not working, we're doing our best. If you are a VIP, we'll be sending an email out tomorrow telling you when stuff expires, just to remind you so that you don't lose us. I've done some mixed media for contests or giveaways, but my fear is, are they all safe for photos?
Okay. This is what I say. I mean, not everything will be written photo safe, but first of all, I'd say, okay, if you're nervous about a picture, don't use something like, don't use the old black and whites from the 1940s or 50s that you go, what happens if this gets destroyed, right? But then if you have something, or if you want that photo and you make a copy of it, use that just in case. And then, of course, you've got today's pictures that you go, you know what? Even though I know digitally will become something of the past at some point, but at least you say, well, if it gets wrecked, I can get it developed again or printed again, right? So that's, because again, we don't have proof of how long things can last. We just don't.
No.
I'm one who I'm like, don't tell me things, people. I doubt all that.
Well, the newest stuff definitely. The newest stuff definitely doesn't last as old as the black and whites from 100 years ago. But
yeah,
that's what I do with my big shots. So thank you so much, everyone. Stay in the Facebook group. Post anything that you're doing, because it really is important for our speakers. Love it to see that you've taken their ideas and turned them into something else. So please post and share, tag them, tag us. We will keep the group stays open. You're welcome to share crafting stuff anytime. If you're joining the circle, we're excited to get to know you. Come and join us and have some fun. This is kind of what it's like with a lot more people in the room. Tracy, that just makes me think of maybe having a talk about copyrights of photos. Sure. Yeah, that gets complicated. Copyright's really tough, because it becomes, we all live in different countries. Similar to the reason why even things like, I know some of the other summits have giveaways. We have different rules here in Canada than in the US. So there's some of the stuff when we really strive to stay international, and then some of these topics can be a little difficult when it gets into the international forum. So, but we'll think about that one. I don't know how we could do that one, because copyrights is a really scary place to go these days. We were even talking about that earlier with creating images, and if Cricut lets you export at some point in time, who owns the copyright of that? Canva, if you use Canva, I use it all the time. Who owns the copyright of what you create? Can get really complicated. And I don't even want to attempt to be good at that one. But thank you, everybody. We so appreciate you being here. We appreciate our speakers. We appreciate our sponsors. We appreciate each other. And you definitely will be getting more emails. Fill out the survey, please, because that really helps us. The survey will go out tomorrow at some point in time. Fill out the survey, even our speakers, because you get your own survey. It really helps us get better at what we do.
Very true.
If we can, right? And get better at what we're doing and doing that. So giving us that information helps us improve. It helps us improve our circle. It helps us do all of that stuff. So anything you can do that you can give us feedback for, we really appreciate it. If you leave a testimonial, there's an option in the survey to leave a testimonial. We appreciate that too. We can use it in our future marketing, and that really helps as well. So thank you all. It's been a blast. Thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out with us all this week in the Q&As. Susan, you've been with everyone. I'm sure Suzette has too. We appreciate the people who come and play with us. So thank you all so much, and we will see you maybe before next summit, but Tracy and I will definitely send out email so that you can get on the wait list for the next summit once she finally gets one person to get back to her so she can set the dates.
I know. It will happen. Don't worry.
It will happen. So we'll let you know that. We have other stuff that we've been thinking about. So I've got some ideas that I got to keep.
It's time to go now.
I'm not going to share them, Tracy. I have ideas, so you might see us in between.
Now.
You might see us in between, but if you want to come join the circle, do that. Have a wonderful rest of the day. The videos are still up until tomorrow at noon. So you have day 4 videos until tomorrow at noon if you're on a free one. I think. So thank you. Bye. And we appreciate you. Thanks so much.